Hi, Jonathan Sambell here from Steady Networks. And today I want to help every small business become a little bit more like the Department of Defense with their level of cybersecurity controls. If you have Department of Defense contracts, you must do this. There's a whole set of 110 controls that you have to follow. If you have any kind of government contracts, you will have to do this. All the Department of Energy contracts and so forth are all following suit. And if you have any small business computer network, you should do this. It's common sense. It's a great set of controls to model after, and really improves the security of your small business. So if you are a Department of Defense contractor, you have to follow something called the CMMC, and particularly a set of guidelines called the NIST 800-171. Well, within that, there's a whole bunch of specifics that you have to follow, and I picked one that I thought was really easy and important called control number 3.1.8, and it simply says limit unsuccessful logon attempts. Sounds simple enough. Let's talk a little bit about what that means. In practical sense, I see this too often still, where the hackers knock at the door. What they're trying to do is get in with a admin username and password. And the hackers, they can try thousands to millions of passwords at a time. It's a kind of attack called a brute force attack, where they're literally just hammering as hard as they can, as many times as they can, until they just get the right password combination. Well, that seems kind of impossible, right? Well, the reality is that the speed at which a password is cracked really just depends on the strength of the password, and that's the combination of letters and numbers and special characters, and the power of the criminal's computer. In reality, computer programs can check anywhere from 10,000 to a billion passwords per second. There's supercomputers, and they string together supercomputers that can do that, depending on how sophisticated the attack is. And it's really just a matter of time before if there's a billion combinations, they're going to try all billion at some point. So what can you do to defend yourself from that? Well, a typical 8-character password can generate around 200 billion combinations. That's pretty good, especially if you have all of the complexity rules turned on. But the reality is, the longer and the more random a password is, the tougher it is to crack. There's something called a dictionary attack, where the most common passwords like password 123 or spring 2021, those things are more common, and they'll try those first to see if they can get in. So what do? Well, I recommend you use a password manager if you want to have a very complex password like the one I've got here with $DGY, etc. That's not memorable. So if you need to memorize the password, make a long and memorable one, like the funky chicken doesn't like my suggestions. Something really long and complex with spaces included is a harder thing for them to attack. But what we can do also, on the other side, getting back to the Department of Defense, is limit logons to 5 attempts. If they only have 5 tries, that's not going to get them very far when they have to get to 200 billion combinations. So again, getting back to that Department of Defense level security, this is a really simple example. There's 110 controls out there, and then another 20 to meet the CMMC for level 3. But this one is one that I love, control number 3.1.8, limit unsuccessful logon attempts, and you'll really improve the security. It's to be honest, some things like Office 365 have this out of the box, but Windows Server miraculously does not. So you have to make sure and trust but verify that it's turned on. That's my 2 cents for today. If you have any questions, go to steadynetworks.com, 365-1975, or email me at jonathan@steadynetworks. Have a great day, and be safe out there. Thanks.